Welcome to the video. I hope this is the first of many. I really love to tell my own thoughts, but I think reading other stories and knowing and trying to understand other people's lives better your own understanding of things, but it is just generally good to hear everyone's stories, to be someone who listens. And I think it's honorable. So this is the first story. My dad tried to off himself last night and this morning, and I had to physically stop him. I'm not okay. I'm 26, female, and I live with my parents while I'm trying to find a job. My dad overdosed last night on the Valium he gets prescribed, and this morning he woke up and told my mom what happened. She came and got me. My dad was clearly still really out of it, definitely still intoxicated from the overdose, and he fucking tried to take more pills in front of me, and I had to grab them out of his hand. He's never done anything like this before, ever. He never drinks, never does drugs. He has had severe depression his whole life, but I never ever fucking thought he would do this. I also have tried to commit several times in my life, and I just cannot deal with this. I cannot stop seeing it in my brain over and over again. I'm fucking breaking. I'm so scared. He's in the hospital now, but you can't make someone want to live, and I can't fucking live without him. I'm so scared, and I know he's so sad and lonely, and I feel fucking helpless. Wow. My dad too, he's not suicidal, I think, but he does have anxiety, bipolarism, depression, and it's a hard thing to deal with a parent, and I really can't imagine a parent trying to off himself in front of you, especially in front of their own child. That's something that is something beyond any child should have to deal with. It's one thing to lose a parent, even from them committing themselves, but to have them do it in front of you, it's almost like even when their child is in front of them, they still think that there's not enough in this world for them and that they should leave this world. And I can't imagine that perspective from a parent, but even more so from the child. I'm so sorry that had to happen to you. You should be scared. You should be breaking. I can't imagine not being that way. That's horrible. I have nothing else to say. Moment of silence. This next story is titled, I Fear That I Missed My Chance at Life. I'm 25, female, similar age to the other story. I work a boring, repetitive office job with okay pay. I don't have any real skills, so I'm very limited on what I can do. I don't want to do this job forever, but I fear I won't actually get hired anywhere else. Today, on the bus ride home, I was sitting next to a, as I assume, university student who was typing away on some assignment. Unfortunately, that was enough to trigger a slow but steady flow of negative thoughts. I suppress those negative thoughts and feelings as best as I can during my day-to-day life, but it doesn't always work. I realized that I'm aging out of the age range where I can say, I will figure it out. I have time. No, I don't have time. Not anymore. I wasted that time. I wasted those years already, where I could have taken things at a leisurely pace. I only have this one life. I will never be young again. There isn't a second chance. I will never be a happy little girl with attentive parents. I will never be a beautiful teenage girl in love, having adventures with friends. I always was, and currently am, ugly and awkward. I have never been in love. I fear I won't ever be. I can't remember the last time I experienced affection. I will never be a young student, earning a degree, and enjoying the university experience. Education was never important in my family, and I need to earn money. I'm not particularly sharp or smart either. I have no passions and no hobbies. I don't care about much at all. I'm tired a lot. I set goals and don't meet them. I wake up and the first thing I do is insulting my face in the mirror. I'm a complete failure. I have no self-esteem. I have no direction. I'm wasting away. Even if I could study, I don't have any confidence. I'm really stupid. I probably would mess up anyway. I feel like I'm sitting in a hole and there's no way out. I'm not diagnosed with anything or whatever, because I don't think I'm depressed. I'm literally just unfit for life. I feel ashamed for struggling so much despite my privileges. I've been fantasizing about running away, about going somewhere where nobody knows me, just leaving everything and everyone behind, or offing myself. Then I wouldn't have to think about any of this anymore. It's interesting for me reading this because me being 20, I think, oh, when I'm 21, I need to have everything figured out. That's real adult. There's no going back to being a teenager anymore. You're 21 now. But at my last job, I had coworkers who were 22, 23. One was 25, same job as me. And I didn't ever think about it. And I didn't see them any differently from me. And so, from my perspective, you're so young. You're so young. There's no regrets. I think of all the people who figured it out, or seemingly, at least in their career, so much later in life. In their 30s, 40s, 50s. You're half a decade away from being 30. And even then, you're still young. There's no rush. You have time to find your passions, your hobbies. My advice right now would be, there's something that you once enjoyed, an activity, a hobby, a creative outlet. Maybe return to it, or try something similar to it. This doesn't have to be something that leads to a career change in itself, but just be creative. Just do something to escape. But just know you're not aging out of anything. There's no rules to anything. Everyone has their own path. There's no one age you have to do this, and then this age you have to do this. It doesn't matter. You are your own person. You will figure it out, and you do have time. Okay, this next post is titled 26 Male Suffering Immensely from Loneliness. 26 male living in Germany, and the last 6 months have been an absolute mental spiral for myself. Every day is an absolute struggle to even get out of bed. I lost my mother years ago, and ever since then, I feel like I've been in a constant downward spiral that has never recovered. I struggle daily with loneliness due to missing her immensely. I have dreams about her every night for months. I tried to open myself for a girlfriend, but it never ends well, due to my own issues or theirs. I struggle every hour of the day. I break down daily. I'm struggling immensely. I tried therapy, but it doesn't work. I haven't tried medication yet. I'm afraid of numbing my mind, but I feel like, as a last resort, it needs to be done. I feel like I'm on borrowed time for the last 6 months, with no light in sight. I'm not happy with who I am currently. Even if I found another partner, I'm terrified of letting them get close to me. How do other young men deal with this? How did you get out of it? It took me a few days of overthinking to even make this post. Man, I can't imagine losing your mom. I'm so sorry. I can see that you're searching for connection, and trying to find a girlfriend, or trying therapy, or reaching out with this post. I see that you're reaching out, and I listen. I think that's the first step, is telling people about your struggles, who you can, but also learning to be with yourself. Don't wait for a girlfriend to be happy, or wait for a good therapist to have things get better. Focus on the things that do bring you joy, whether it be movies, drawing, walking, going to the gym, looking out at the sun from your bed, anything. Journal. You have so many thoughts that need to get out. Little steps. Little steps. Find something. Find a routine in the morning that you truly enjoy. And that can be just going outside and looking at the sun in the morning. Don't wake up and have to do something productive on paper. Waking up and going outside is productive. Have peace. Keep your heart rate low. Know that things will be okay. You're okay. Okay, this next post is titled, I'm not strong enough for this life. I'm 31 years old. I just got back from some medical checkups to get into a job as a security guard. 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. This is going to be my first job. All throughout my 20s, I did nothing. I tried studying, but between my laziness, my depression, and just my personality and mind in general, I couldn't finish any careers. Now I'm scared. This is not the life I wanted, not the life I thought I'd have. My dad is the best person I've ever known. He worked his ass off for 43 years, never asked for anything, and kept me under his roof, fed and comfortable. I feel like I'm doing this for him, and it's a small price considering all the things he's done for me. But I'm not sure my mind or my emotions are strong enough, and I feel bad for even thinking that. It's not that I don't want to work, it's just not the type of job I feel like I'm good at or like. I know this is how life is for 90% of people, but I don't like it, and I don't feel strong enough for it. So much inequality, injustice, the idea of having to live without my parents one day, it's just all too much. But that's the life people live every day, and I feel like I just don't have what it takes to live in this world. I'm very scared, and I feel alone, even if I'm not. I have cried more this month than in the past year, and the sad thing is, there's nothing I or anyone can do about it. This world is so messed up, it would take almost a century to fix everything, to focus on us as people, to take care of ourselves, when money has no value, and the only thing more valuable is the people, the ones we love and the ones beside us. But I don't want my dad to leave this world worried about my future, and I feel bad just for thinking of not taking the job and trying something else. I'm scared. Man, at some points in this, it feels like I wrote it, writing about my life, in terms of thinking about how this is how life is for people, how this is the reality. You go to work for 8 hours a day, and then you go home 5 days a week, and you still can barely pay the bills. The inequality, the injustice that you talked about. I recently went to this restaurant that I've been going to since I was a kid, and there's the same waiter there that's been there since I was a kid. He's still there for over a decade, and apparently he works at a different restaurant at night. I can't imagine the stress and the uncertainty and the mental pressure to have to keep going. It feels like you're in an unending spiral that won't ever end of working. I do wonder more about your life in your 20s, because you said that you're 31 years old and this is your first job, and it's as a security guard. So it's okay. You're here now and you're trying, and you're not lazy. You worry about your dad and how he wants the best for you. Okay, this next post is titled, I do not want to wake up tomorrow. I'm tired of being conscious. It's hard to explain, but I can't stop thinking of everything on a meta level. I can't just do something. I have to think about its purpose and why it doesn't matter, or how it is a concept that can be broken down and reduced. I've been going for walks and drawing to try and be active, but today I tried to draw and I just shut down. I stopped halfway through, and it's like this dark, heavy blanket was draped over me. I couldn't do anything but lay in bed, wishing I could fall asleep already. Everything is just a thing, and everyone is just kind of bumbling around, doing things until they die. Rinse and repeat. I feel bad for everyone for having to endure the human condition, but that's probably just projection. I know there are happy people, but I don't see it when I look at others. I feel like I will catch a look from someone or something they said, and it's like I can sense their internal dread that bubbles underneath all of us. Sorry, this probably sounds incredibly angsty and pretentious, but those are the thoughts I have to deal with constantly. I feel like I was a mistake. I was definitely one of my parents, unplanned, the last kid, and my dad had a vasectomy right after my mom got pregnant. I have the good fortune of being born from a gene pool that's the equivalent of a rain puddle in an abandoned parking lot. Growing up, I had one grandparent who died when I was 8. My mom passed away when I was 25. My dad is an old racist perv whose form of trying to bond with me was showing me naked pictures of my mom and asking for nudes of my girlfriend, now ex, for unrelated reasons. My dad had 7 brothers and only talks to one who is just like him. The only thing I know about my uncles is that they were mentally ill alcoholics who constantly got into fights and car wrecks. Most of them were drafted in the Vietnam War and came back incredibly messed up. One big memory I have from my childhood is when my dad told me about the time he had to wrestle a shotgun away from his brother because he wanted to shoot himself after finding out his wife cheated on him. Oh, and my dad told me he believes his own dad killed his mom by pushing her down cement stairs. Like, what am I supposed to think about all of this? This is the type of stuff that enters my mind and I ruminate. But that's the point of trying to process this, so I can get better and have a life where I work most of my days away until I die. I do that so much. I feel like I don't enjoy anything. I just endure. I put a mask on to get through it, especially in social situations. I'm sorry if this has been long and rambling. I needed to clear my thoughts, even though it might not help. This is an interesting one, because it seems that your grandparents experienced some kind of trauma, your parents and your uncle, and it came all the way to this, for you to be the one who has the foresight of being able to see the trauma that it is and expect something better or hope for something better, that it wasn't like this. Why is it like this? But know that no other person defines you but yourself. You are you and nobody else is you. Don't listen to anyone or anything in the past. Be here now, love yourself, and keep going. Okay, this last one is titled, Accepting What I Have, Letting Go of Dreams. I'm 25, shitty third world country, tried higher education for years, and I just can't do it. It's too boring. I love reading and investigate subjects of my own, but nothing works in regard to college or university. The task is too damn big, and the reward is little to none. The world is falling apart, and my dreams go with it. Dreams that were never mine, probably. Understanding that, I will never graduate university. I'm not cut for it. Why to learn stupid side essays on politics when I wanted to write in old Spanish and to make great narratives? Why to learn about ethics of art when I wanted to learn about manga and comic books? I'm too impatient, too old, too rusty. Most kids my age have a roof over their head. I've been living alone since 20, and I've worked all sort of bad jobs that made me much more akin to Bukowski in terms of philosophy of life. For what it's worth, I have my interests, writing, drawing a little, lifting, and martial arts, which I could teach. I wanted to learn and trade and stick to it. We'll be talking to local tradesmen to see if help is needed. No need for pay. Just to learn is enough. I'm in a relationship with someone I love for 4 years now. I've loved her more with time, and now understand the fear of losing someone. But sometimes I think of other women, feeling very guilty about it. Anyway, what did you do to cope with the fact that college or the career you dreamed of wasn't for you, and that not everyone is made for it? I understand your struggles, man. I'm not going through the same thing as you, but I understand the feeling of thinking that the system is rigged, that university is mindless in the long run in terms of your career and things you want to focus on and really study. And there's no more payoff either, even if you do go through it. From my personal perspective, from my Jeremy perspective, I find it so amazing that you have a relationship with someone you love for 4 years now. It's a long time. That's something invaluable that no kind of career, success, or money will ever be able to live up to. The love you have with someone is that much more special, and you have that, so that's amazing. It's also amazing that you have so many things that you know you enjoy doing, from writing, drawing, martial arts, and you're into philosophy. I mean, you do a lot on your own. You're not lazy. You just don't want to go through the work of college with none of the payoff. So my advice, if I had any, would be focus more on all the things you love, make all the time for it, and see if one, maybe two of them, or all of them can monetize for you, but do it in a way that you still will love enjoying doing the thing. And if you can do that and have the patience, which I know is hard, you will get there. Everything will be okay. Okay, I think that was the last story I'm reading for today. There was a lot of them. I think the next episode in this series, I will find longer individual posts. So maybe it's less stories, but longer, more in-depth stories. Just to always change something. So stick around, subscribe if you did enjoy this video. If you didn't, it's okay. You don't have to subscribe. But if you did, I'd really appreciate it. I want to spread as much thought-provoking things as possible to keep us thinking and talking to each other. So thank you so much for listening. I'll see you next time. Jeremy out.